Well, good morning. This is February the 10th, 2014. So overcast Saturday morning. It's about 62, 3 degrees. We're going to be hiking the Pinhoti Trail. We're going to start at the trailhead of County Road 61, and we're going to hike down to Pine Glen, which is on 500. It's Forest Service Road 500. So it's about a 6.5 mile hike. It's not going to be too difficult. It's going to be a little bit more downhill and then flat areas. I'm hiking with a group today from it's called Anniston Outdoor Association. I've hiked with them before. They're the first group I hiked with on the Pinhoti Trail. Really wonderful people, really knowledgeable about the Pinhoti Trail and all the trailheads. So I'm looking forward to this hike. I hadn't really did much since I've had pneumonia. I had the flu, then pneumonia, so I've worked out just about 4 or 5 times during that period. But I'm going to be in good enough shape to make this hike. But that pneumonia and that flu, that was rough. I don't want to have that again. But it's going to be a very beautiful day, even though it's going to be a little bit overcast. It's going to be nice and cool. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting back onto the Pinhoti Trail. All right, well, I'm driving to Pine Glen to drop off one of the vehicles, come back, and we'll enjoy this hike today. I'll catch back up on the trail. Okay, I'm on the trail. Today I'm going to be hiking with my new backpack. It's a Talon 22 liter. It's a day pack. Got a little concerns with it right now. It's not fitting exactly how I like it on my back. I'll have to adjust it throughout the day. I hiked about a half a mile with it on. I found some rubbing points. I thought I had adjusted them, so I'll be adjusting it the rest of the day, and I'll give you a sort of a review on how it did at the end of the hike. Also, I'm gonna flip the phone around. I'm gonna be hiking with my new Momentums trekking poles. I have used them one time before. Excuse me, my voice would be going out. I had just recovering over pneumonia. My Momentums are carbon trekking poles. They're very light, extremely light, much lighter than my aluminum poles. So I've hiked with them once before. I really liked them. So today will be another hike. First hike was a little over 4 miles. This will be over 6 miles. And I never really gave a full review on it before because I wanted to hike a little longer with them. But I will give you a review at the end of this hike on how the new backpack and the trekking poles. But this is a hike, once I said it earlier in the video filming, in the earlier video I filmed, from County Road 61 to Pine Glen trailhead off County Road 61 in Cleveland County, to Pine Glen off Skyway Motor Lodge Road. But it's Forest Road 500. So we're going to be passing Coleman Lake, Laura Shelter, the Primitive Church, Show Creek Church, and Sweetwater Lake. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a beautiful hike. And if you've watched any of my videos, I don't use the word beautiful quite a bit. So, but I'm looking forward to it. So let me get on this hike and I'll check back and tell you how it's going. All right, I'm about a mile into the hike from County Road 61 on the Pinhoti Trail in Cleveland County, heading southbound to Pine Glen. Oh, this is the second creek crossing. It is really pretty. I'm going to put my GoPro in a holding spot, excuse my hands, while I cross this creek without getting my feet wet. That was the second creek crossing, but excuse me, I'm readjusting my pole. That's my second creek crossing, but it's neither one of them been very much. It's been flat for the first mile. This is the first little hill climb that we've had since starting out on the trailhead. I'm loving my new trekking pose, but this new backpack, it's an Osprey Talon 22. It's a little bit too big for me. I got the extra large just for thinking I was going to get extra room, but it floats a little bit. It's got some rub points, so I'm having to adjust it on the fly. Might not have been the best idea to start out with a new pack on a 6-mile hike, but you got to use it sometime. All right, catching up with my group. I will clip back on and give you a little bit of a review. This is the Laurel Shelter off the Pinhoti. It's 1.5 miles off of County Road 61. It's about 2.5 miles from Coleman Lake. It's about 2 miles from Sweetwater Lake.
I used to sit in the airport I think people kind of stared at me like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I can't help it.
Little creek coming up on. Last time I hiked it, it was so wet it was almost impassable. And I think it's going to be impassable today. Now there's a few little rocks in the way, so maybe it won't get too wet. But this is Lower Creek, 1.5 miles off the trailhead of 61. All right, I misspoke. This is not Lower Creek, it's Shoal Creek. The last time I was here, the creek was so high you couldn't cross it, so I just turned around and went back. But it is very beautiful. Trying to find a way to get down to the creek's edge, get a better. Oh, the camera work is stellar, isn't it? Anyhow, this is Shoal Creek, and that's Laura Shelter, and it is passable today. I was questioning whether it was going to be passable when I realized we was hiking, because I actually thought we was hiking from the lower Shoal Creek Shelter to this, to Pine Glen. And then once I got on the road, I realized, oh, we're going in another direction. This is a trail that I have not been on, so I'm looking forward to hiking the rest of this trail, which has broadened my horizon of the Pinhoti Trail. So from here to Pine Glen, this is virgin territory for me, but looking forward to it. And then again, I'm hiking with 3 people from the Anniston Outdoor Association, And I've hiked with Keith Hudson. He's over the Anniston Outdoor Association. I hiked with him on several occasions. Something I have not said earlier, I lost a crown in the back, so it's not hurting, but it's just annoying. And thought I'm gonna have to pay about $600-800 to get it fixed this week. It's not something that's selling right with me, but oh well, it's part of living. So we hike on. And by the way, I'm not enjoying this backpack. It just sits too close to my back. Not enough room for air to pass through. So it's a little bit hot. But the Momentum carbon trekking poles are amazing. I say that really amazing. They are really light, strong, and so far I've put 6 miles on them and I ain't got a complaint yet. So anyhow, I'll probably pick back up when we get to Sweetwater Lake. I hadn't been there in quite a long time. Looking forward to seeing Sweetwater. I will chat back in with you guys. And by the way, it says Panama Jack Hikes. If you're watching this video, hit a like button, subscribe to me. I'll be adding more content now that I'm healthy, and more hikes of the Pinhoti Trail. Plan on trying to do a section hiking through the Pinhoti section at a time, one section at a time. I will not do the road walk. I'm just not into walking on the road, but I will hike the trails of the Pinhoti. All right, well, here's a beautiful view of Shoal Creek, and we'll be hiking along Shoal Creek until we get to Sweetwater, and then on to Pine Glen. It runs through Pine Glen. So Shoal Creek is a beautiful little creek. All right, until I get to Sweetwater. All right, this is Sweetwater Lake. You start seeing Sweetwater Lake about 2.5 miles from the trailhead. There's a duck house. Anyhow, it's a bird house, duck house. 2.5 miles off of the trailhead off County Road 61. Turn around here and get a look. The trail between, so far, this 2.5 miles, the trail between County Road 61 and Pine Glen has been virtually flat. It has one uphill climb so far, not bad. And you're constantly dropping down in elevation. But the view, the trail, the creeks, it's beautiful. To me, it's one of the more underrated trails on the Pinhoti Trail. If you start back at Coleman Lake, which I for some reason I thought we was going to pass Coleman, but Keith had told me that it was 2 miles. We start 2 miles below it. But if you start at Coleman Lake, it adds 2 miles to the hike. But this section of the Pinhoti, if you hike it all the way to the lower Shoal Creek, or the lower Shoal Creek shelter, you're going to pass 3 lakes, several creeks. You'll pass the primitive church. We didn't do that on this trail, but this trail is beautiful. And like I said, it's very it's underestimated on the beauty of this trail. This is just part of Sweetwater. Sweetwater is a watershed for, I'm assuming, Cleveland County. Got some beautiful scenery around here, and like I said, it's been a long time since I've been here. When I was younger, we would camp out right out there on that point. I believe it's that point get in our boat and we would cross over to that point and camp out. Beautiful trail. All right, this is the north end. When I get down to the southbound end, I will do a little more video taping of it. But like I said, this portion of the trail is highly underrated. All right, I'll pick back up when I get to the dam. Gonna be crossing the creek here, a little stream. They're crossing up a little higher up. I'm gonna cross a little higher, lower down. Oh, got my foot a little wet, but not much. That was all right.
Hey, Keith, this is okay actually.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not slick like you think it is. Oh, there's no miles to it.
Here's a little creek. If you've been following my page or watched any of my videos, you know that the water features are my favorite. Creeks, waterfalls, lakes.
You pull that tongue off, you give him another mile.
Yeah.
All right, we just had a little snack on the ground here at Sweetwater, and we are at 3.85 miles. That's from the trailhead, County Road 61, to the southern banks of the Sweetwater Lake. And a little flat up here. That's about right at 3 miles, not quite 3 miles to Pine Glen, where we have parked our pickup vehicle. But so far, this 3.8 miles we've crossed. We have done 4 stream crossing, and they were full. And we have encountered one beautiful lake. The trail has been virtually flat. I say that, but it's been nice. I have climbed so many hills lately. Right around the Sweetwater area, you begin to climb a few hills. You'll go up and down until you get around the lake. And now we'll be following Shoal Creek to Pine Glen, so it's supposed to flatten out even more from here on out. I'm not a big person to stop when you're hiking, but once I get going, my body just seems to get stronger as the longer I go. Of course, there is a limit to that, but I don't know. Oh, some kind of hair. I'm guessing coyote hair, but that is Sweetwater. All right, let me get on the trail, catch up with everyone, and we'll pick up probably between here and Pine Glen, give a little review. I'm starting to get used to the backpack, or I don't know, it's just something different. And I was so married to the last one. I still have her, but I don't know, she just sit perfectly on my back. This one here, I'm starting to get used to it. The check-in poles though are amazing. I'll say that again, amazing. Momentum trekking poles, carbon. Got them on Amazon. Probably I just hit the 4 mile mark. That's about $90. Not bad, not bad at all. All right. We're going to be going down the valley. We just hit 4 miles. We've got another mile, 2 miles, and 2.4 miles to go. All right, we're 5 miles into a 6.4 mile hike. So it's got a good stretch of the legs to go. We're on a little ridge. It's been really flat for the most part, coming away from the lake. And then we got away from the creek and it started going up and down a little bit. But not bad, nothing big climbs. But the terrain is beautiful. I've said it twice, I'm gonna say it again. This is a underrated hike. I know I don't take away from going to Cheehaw and hiking those beautiful vistas, Rebecca Mountain, Cheehaw, Porter's Gap and all that. It is beautiful. But this has been spectacular. This ravine, and I know you can't really tell, the video does not do it justice, but it's beautiful. It makes you glad you put the time in to get in shape to hike. And at 59 years old, you need to be in shape because your body don't respond like it does when you're 49, 39, 29. Look at that beautiful rock formation. Ravine down there and the creek running down through there. Oh, it is beautiful. All right, but we're not far. Once we get off this little ridge, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking it's going to flatten back down because we'll hike in probably the last half mile or so by the creek to get to Pine Glen. But it's been a nice hike. I would definitely hike it again. Take some people that haven't hiked a lot. This will be a good hike for them. There's the creek down below. We'll be going down to that creek, Shoal Creek. All right, I gotta get the poles out. The rocks are about to take me down. All right, I'm gonna get down to the bottom of the creek and I'll do some more videotaping. All right, we got less than a mile to go. We're on the flats. We've got about 0.6 miles to go, a little bit more than half a mile. Hiking, and I think this is Shoal Creek. It's been the prominent creek that has followed this trail. The terrain is beautiful. The trail is mostly flat. I would say out of the 6 miles we've hiked, you're going to be hiking on 4 miles of flat ground. And one hill, probably less than a quarter of a mile climb, and it wasn't bad. It can win you if you're not in shape. And then just several little small hills up and down, but nothing that would be considered harder than moderate. But it's very peaceful. I'm going to turn the camera around. I know I look worse for wear, I know, but this hike between County Road 61 in Cleveland County to Pine Glen is 6.4 miles, and this is my fourth time to say it. It's going to be your drinking word for the video. It's underrated. The terrain is beautiful. You can come across Sweetwater Lake. Sweetwater Lake's just a beautiful lake. And then you get to hike along for a good portion. Shoal Creek, you'll end up crossing at one time with the water. Even though we had a lot of rain, water wasn't so high you couldn't cross it on top of the rocks and replace that in front of it. I've been across it where the water was so high you couldn't hardly cross it. But I do highly recommend this trail, this section of the Pinhoti Trail, especially if you're hiking and you're just learning, getting out and hiking, getting out and getting your hiking legs under you. This will be a great trail to take. It'll mix easy to moderate hiking and a lot of beautiful scenery, beautiful creeks and lakes along the way. So get out there and get on this trail. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you've got somebody who wants to go hiking and it's not very experienced, this would be a great trail to get them out on. You could split it up and park a car at Sweetwater Lake, and it's like 2 miles from trailhead on 61, County Road 61. And then or you can hike from Pine Glen to Sweetwater. It's mostly flat, but this will be a great trail. I'm gonna turn this around and let you see some of the creek. And this GoPro doesn't really capture the close-up of beauty of it, but it is. I love water features when I'm hiking. All right, I'm gonna catch back up with my group and probably turn it back on Pine Glen and do a closeout. Getting close to the end. I'll just have to shoot some of this trail. It's just beautiful. We've had I haven't mentioned, but we've had a four-legged friend on the trail with us. Her name is Molly, and she's been a trooper. She's enjoyed hiking through the water. She has done a wonderful job leading. She likes to lead. So it's nice to have a four-legged friend on the trail. And she's been out there by her owner. So she's been a very loyal friend on the hike. I just want to show you the creek. Oh, this is a beautiful creek. I don't know what it was like during the drought, but I'm glad to hike it while the drought's over with, because it is very pretty. Oh, the bottom of these trees look like they've had a little burn. I don't know if that's been a controlled burn or what. Looks like it. Anyhow, getting close to the end, less than half a mile out. Legs starting to burn just a little bit, but if I had to, I could take another break and hike another 3-4 miles I think 10 to 12 miles would be about my limit a day at this point. If I was in a better shape, maybe I could do 15. I don't know if I could stretch it to 20, but 6 is a good stretch of the legs right now. I don't know if this is a food plot for deer or turkey, but it just opens up. It's really green. All right. I do love water features. All right, let me put this up and get the hiking. We'll knock out this last 4 blocks and we'll be done. Okay, we have come to the last 1/10 of a mile. It has been a beautiful hike. The scenery, as you can see, has just been awesome. Some of the scenery on this trail looks a little bit like the Smoky Mountains. Not all of it, but there's portions of where you see creeks and valleys and ridges, and they remind me of the Smoky Mountains. But there's a big log jam. But I would highly recommend, once again, people to hike this trail. And by the cars that are out on the road, and the people that were at the campground, it looks like there is a lot of people that are hiking this trail today. We've only seen a couple. I see several cars up on the road. But I'm glad I got up this morning, decided to tackle this beautiful trail. It's always special. All right, we're at the Pine Glen campground, High Rock Lake. Lower Shoal Creek is 6 miles from here. That's going to be my next hike from here to Shoal Creek. Well, I don't know if that'd be my next hike, but that is a hike I have planned. That's what I thought we was hiking today. But I'm glad that we actually hiked this portion of the Pinhoti Trail. But let me encourage you to get out into this world, to go do something outside, go hiking, get out in this great state of Alabama, enjoy the beautiful outdoors. The Pinhoti Trail is just one of many attractions in Alabama to get out in the outdoors. I'm gonna turn this around, but I'm ending this hike. We get out into the great outdoors in Alabama, get out there and hike. Once again, it's a beautiful hike. And until I get out again, I'll see you out on the trail.